Miami, the capital city of Latin America. There is no single location that influences the rest of Latin America and the Caribbean like South Florida. So that means if you transform South Florida, you impact this region of the globe. So imagine with me, what could happen if the most powerful force in history, the gospel, swept through this region? What could be if the very fabric of South Florida was transformed by the power of the gospel? It would be something truly historic. You and I have been left here on this earth to do something that matters, something that's bigger than ourselves. So how could we possibly settle for giving our lives to anything less than historic?
What God has called West Pines to, what boils in our blood, what beats through our hearts, the fire that is unquenchable in our bellies, is that we believe there is one way to follow Jesus, and that is all or nothing, taking up your cross and renouncing all that you have and say, it is at your disposal, use me.
God is stretching our vision as a church. What if the measure of success is not defined by what happens in our walls, but in the city we have been commanded to reach? We believe God has called us to reach for something that is so massive that it would require such miraculous intervention that unless He acts, it would literally be impossible.
We believe He's saying, you are to go after seeing South Florida, your city, your community, your people, your mission field, see South Florida transformed by the gospel in your generation, or die trying.
What if we saw the deep brokenness, the deep lostness of our city redeemed and restored by the power of Jesus? Is that too big? Is that too unbelievable? The question is, what do we believe about Jesus?
We know, everyone in this room knows, that Jesus is the hope of the world. And His vehicle to reaching the world is the church. It's us. He's given us this heart to transform South Florida, but there are some things that we've got to immediately address. There's some steps that we need to take. There are things that were dreams that need to become plans. Step number 1 is to expand our kids' ministries, double it in size, and that will be done in the next couple of months, so that there is no limit to the number of kids and students that we can reach and families from this location. Step number 2, we mapped out where everyone lives who has attended West Pines in the last 3 years. And here's where the West Pines people live. What we realized is, okay, we're not just a church for the West Pines community. And so in the next 18 months, we're going to drop a second campus in a strategic place somewhere in South Florida. Step number 3, over the next 3 to 5 years, we will find a new hub location that will be a broadcasting site that will be a more strategic place for us to continue impacting South Florida.
This is only the beginning steps, but it marks a new chapter in the history of our church. It's time to advance.
What if we leveraged everything we've got, our resources and our finances? What if we leverage that for not what just matters in this life, but what matters for eternity, 1 billion years from now?
South Florida is one of the most influential locations in the world, and we believe that the gospel is the most powerful force on the planet. If the gospel changes our city, the world will feel it. His love for us is nothing short of extravagant, and He has called us to join in His extravagance. He's on the move doing something in our midst that we believe is historic. Let's join Him.